Lose fat, lean up, tone up, get stronger. Keep watching to find out my tips and techniques to help you achieve your New Year fitness goals. A new year brings along with it new goals and enthusiasm to create a better version of yourself. But how can you stop yourself falling into the trap of falling short? More than a month into 2025, is your New Year motivation already waning? I'm going to paint a picture of what I currently do to stay lean, what I eat, how I train, and also look at some specific work I'll be doing to reach new goals in the new year. As well as pointing out the two big mistakes I believe people make when following goals, I'll also catch up with Johan to see how his 60th year of life went and find out his secret to being lean, and we'll also show you why age is not an excuse. This time of year, I naturally end up doing more indoor gym workouts as opposed to outdoor workouts, which means it's an opportunity to focus on specific weight training and specific strength work. Strength training, and especially the big compound movements, is what I tend to focus on for myself and with clients. Compound movements work several muscles at once, as well as target the major muscles. These movements are not only a good way to build overall strength, they boost metabolism, which means employing them in your workouts are a good way to be lean and tone muscle. They help to produce all those good hormones that help to burn calories and build muscle. And as well as these compound weightlifting movements, I'll be working towards returning my injured bicep to full strength. I'll get outside when I can for bodyweight workouts, and I'll look to focus on improving function for any upcoming obstacle course events we might do in 2025. The body will have to be ready for potentially the same as what we did last year. After all, in 2024, we did end up doing 5 obstacle course runs. And when I say we, of course, I'm referring to myself and the team, including my client, Johan, which brings me nicely onto catching up with him and finding out how he's managed to stay in such great shape despite turning 60 a couple of months ago. So you turned 60 last year and it was a busy year. You did a lot.
I did a bit more than I was planning to do. Richard persuaded me to do the Spartan trifecta. In March I did the 5K sprint in Mallorca. So we did the 10K one in San Francisco, which was amazing.
Smile!
We did the 21K in August. And in between we did superhuman games. Towards the end of the year we decided to do another Tough Mudder as well. My nephews persuaded me to do another 10K Spartan, so we went to Tenerife in November to do that. So I did 4 Spartans, Tough Mudder and superhuman games last year. Good way to celebrate my 60th.
And how do you feel about turning 60? Do you feel anything different? Did you got into fitness quite late?
I feel strong. I feel I've got a lot in me still.
For those who follow your journey with diabetes, is anything different there? Do you still take your blood sugars every day?
I still check my sugar every morning, every evening, and it's stable. Still no insulin, still no meds.
Check out Johan's playlist I've created on the channel to learn more about his story, his nutrition and his routines. It's been a while since we last caught up on your fitness and nutrition. Has much changed?
Not really. I still train 10 times a week. I rest when I need to.
The first mistake I believe people make, which leads to them quitting a training plan, is not having a strong enough reason to stick to training. Johan's initial reasons to get into fitness was to improve his health, and that's what kept him going. Now he has good health and good fitness. He keeps going because he wants to maintain what he built. He gives himself challenges such as the events he partakes in, and has literal and metaphorical obstacles to overcome within those events. And we tailor his training around that somewhat, but his overall motivation to stay healthy and in good condition remains strong. That's what drives him to stay disciplined with his fitness and with his food.
Food's very similar to what it used to be.
To find out what food Johan consumes, check out his playlist. My food intake isn't too dissimilar to Johan's. In the period when we really looked into his nutrition, we made sure that he restricted his processed carb intake, increased his protein intake from good quality protein sources, and ensured he got good fat intake from good quality fat sources. And that's part of the guidelines that I've followed for years and the principles that I've tried to work from. There are more videos that look more closely into nutrition principles, and I'll link those in the description below for you to check out. And if your goal this year is to be leaner, then I definitely recommend that you do check those videos out. And that brings me nicely onto my second mistake I believe people make, and that is not to be too goal focused. And that probably needs an explanation. The problem with being too focused on goal, especially if it's a big one, is any progress you make might seem insignificant. It still feels as if you're miles away from achieving your goal. There often comes points in your journey where you feel overwhelmed and therefore get discouraged. My advice to overcome this is break the goal down and look for the small wins. Can you ensure that you show up for your workout today? Can you just get the first set done? Can you get everything in place to show up tomorrow? Once you've set your goal, what's the day-to-day things you have to do? Wake up in the morning and focus on what you're going to do today. Is your food planned and prepped? It's these small goals that over time add up to a lot. Focus on building consistency and focus on the system you've put in place. The ones who succeed are the ones that move towards their goal day to day and week to week. They've made the process a habit, and ultimately they've learned to love and appreciate the process.